How's it going, everybody? Balance changes are here. I want to get into these as quick as possible just so I can get you guys the information almost as soon as it's uploaded. The Supercell tweeted about half an hour ago the balance changes that are coming tomorrow, the 24th. Today is the 23rd that they tweeted them, so these are for tomorrow. I just wanted to bring you guys, as soon as I could, the changes. Right away, we'll get into it. They nerfed the Royal Ghost, Goblin Hut, Bats, Mortar. They buffed the Lava Hound Hunter, Zappies, and the Night Witch. Got a little rework. So let me just change this quickly. There we go. So I'm going to go over the changes individually and also go through my list that I had a couple days ago when I posted my video. I made a list of changes I wanted to see, and some of those changes actually happened in this, so that's amazing. I went on Clash Royale's channel, and then I also posted my own video of these changes, and I think Steffu, the designer, might have seen them and maybe implemented mine just based on what I said. So that's really amazing. So getting into it, guys, I'll have all the stats for this in the comments below, or like in the description. This is actually the second time I'm uploading this. First time I forgot to record my audio, so I do know the stats a bit. I was gonna do I literally read this live on the video, but I'm gonna redo it, and I know some of the numbers now, so that's a lot better. So to start out, Royal Ghost, my video, what I wanted to change was, I have my notes right here. It says nerf the Invis timer from 0.7 seconds, which you see right here, to 1 to 1.5 seconds. So they did that. They nerfed it to 1.2 seconds, so it's 0.5 seconds slower, which is amazing. It won't keep on going invisible on the other side of the map, so this will allow towers and troops to get like 1 or 2 more hits, which is amazing. And then it also got a hit speed nerf from 1.7 to 1.8, along with a damage nerf of 6%. So this is overall it's a 12% DPS nerf. It goes from 135 damage per second to 120. So that's good. The damage goes from 230 to 216 if you're wondering. For the next card, Zappies, they now target air. They are still a 4 elixir card that dies to Fireball, along with the flying machine, so I don't think they're going to be that great. I knew they were going to get a buff just because they're really underused and they're new, but overall I don't think they're going to be that great, so you don't have to worry about them too much. They might be a little scary with like Ice Wizard Tornado if you have like Flying Machine also, or like Pump and you can't Fireball them, but overall I don't think they're going to be too scary. So for the Hunter, the range went from 5 tiles to 4, and the bullets are more concentrated. Just let you guys read that. So he still shoots 6.5 tiles, but like something has to be within 4 tiles for him to shoot it. And this is, instead of it being such a wide range, it's going to be more concentrated, which will mean that it will do more damage to troops that are 2, 3, 4 tiles away, instead of being so spread out unless you're right on top. So this is overall a pretty big buff to the Hunter. It also, one thing is the Ice Spirit won't be able to deny, like you won't be able to kill the Hunter with an Ice Spirit and your tower shooting, because the Ice Spirit won't be able to just hit one bullet. It's going to be more concentrated, so I'm pretty sure like 2 will hit the Ice Spirit, so it will die. So overall, a really big buff to the Hunter. I think it's going to be seen a lot more, and it will be a great tank killer against Golem, which is actually getting a pretty big buff overall in this update. But then this is going to cause the resurgence of Lightning, because it one-shots the Hunter, which is pretty huge. So next up is the Bats and the Night Witch. This is actually the change that I specifically said in Clash Royale's video, which I think Steffu watched. What I said here, just reading my notes: reduce the hit speed from 1 second to 1.1 or 1.2 seconds. So they actually did this, which is insane. That they're like something that I proposed. Steffu, I don't know if he took it from me, but like still the idea, he took like my exact idea and implemented it, which is insane. I also wanted them to like not touch the Night Witch at all, because I wanted a little Night Witch nerf, because it is too strong behind a Golem with a Goblin Hut stacked up behind, because they have to either hold their poison for the Night Witch or the Goblin Hut, but whichever one they poison, they can't poison the other one, so I don't want them to both be too strong. So I wanted them, Night Witch to get a little nerf through the Bats, and Goblin Hut to get a nerf. So they did make the Night Witch, if you can see here, the initial Bats spawn quicker, which is a slight buff, but I think overall with the Bats nerf, it's overall a nerf, unless you're like defensive poisoning, but because like the Bats might get 1 hit before they die. But overall, I still think it's a slight nerf for the Night Witch, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to see that change for the Bats spawning quicker, because it would do better versus like a graveyard or whatever, but what can you do? It's not terrible. I'm sure Steffu tested it. I just was talking over theory, so can't complain about that. Next up, the Lava Hound. This is something that Clash Royale actually did. proposed in the video we did together, and he wanted it to get a HP buff, which it did, 5%. And this is just because cards like Infernal Dragon is so popular. Also, the Hunter being buffed, it does so much damage. So like it's really hard for Lava Hound to get through with like Hound Loon or even Hound Miner. So getting it a little bit HP buff is not going to break it, but I still think it's going to like help it see some play, because Hound Loon and Hound Miner haven't really been that popular. So this I think is a good change. Next up we got the Goblin Hut. It is spawning from, right now it spawns every 4.9 seconds a Goblin. They're changing that to 5 seconds. So overall it'll spawn one less Spear Goblin. So this isn't the greatest change. It's a nerf, but I wanted more of a nerf. Instead of it being like 1 Goblin, I was hoping it would be like 2 or 3 Goblins taken away. It just offers too much value right now. I still think it's going to be the same. It's going to be like it's going to be with Night Witch Golem decks, and also going to be with Graveyard decks, because the poison bait about it is you either can poison the Goblin Hut or the Night Witch, or the Goblin Hut or the Graveyard, but you can't poison both. So normally like they choose to poison the Night Witch or the Graveyard, but this just leaves the Goblin Hut there, and it spawns one every 5 seconds or so, and it just accumulates behind a golem or whatever, and it's insane. So I was hoping for a bigger buff on Goblin Hut. I think they're still going to do another change to it, take away another Spear Goblin or 2. That's my hopes, at least. That should be in the next update, I pray. Next up, the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Lumberjack actually getting a 7% HP buff. I did the math on this. It doesn't really change anything crazy. Like I think the only difference is Rocket, what is it? The Mini P.E.K.K.A. still dies to Rocket. I was checking if it would survive Rocket, but it still dies. So there's nothing significant about these changes in terms of like spells. I think it's just a general buff to them to see them getting more play. Mini P.E.K.K.A. I don't think will get much play, maybe a little bit, but I don't see it. Maybe like in a giant deck instead of Prince, but Prince is really strong, so I don't see why you would do that. The Lumberjack, I don't think this buff was needed at all. It's still going to be, I think the Lumberjack might replace Royal Ghost in the Golem decks that you're seeing right now with the Flying Machine and the Hut. So I think the Lumberjack one is just not really needed. It still is strong in Golem, so this is sort of scary. It's just the Royal Ghost was overshadowing the Lumberjack, but now they're just buffing the Lumberjack to compensate, which I don't like. So I think Lumberjack's going to be scary in the new update, so watch out for that, guys. And lastly, the Mortar minimum range is changing from 4.5 tiles to 3.5 tiles. So this is actually a pretty big nerf to it. It's going to allow, so if a troop is 4 tiles away, the old Mortar would not shoot it, but now the new Mortar will shoot it. So this will allow stuff like a Giant or a Golem to tank 1 extra shot from the Mortar. It'll take it one more shot on the troop before it retargets the next troop or the tower. So overall, it's a pretty big nerf. I'm actually going to see if I can quickly grab this tweet. So CM Royale said, for anyone wondering when they mean the Mortar range nerf, so this is what it is. Obviously, you can see what the normal range is, and the red circle is approximately what the new one's going to be. So thank you, CM, for this picture. So this is what the new range approximately is going to look like. So a troop, as you can see, like here at the bridge, it's going to have to walk 1 extra tile before it's out of range. So it'll be easier to counter the Mortar, which is good, especially on ladder, but tournament play, it's still pretty strong. So those are all the changes. Now let me know what you guys think about them. Overall, I'm really happy with them. I think the Goblin Hut should have got a bit more of a nerf. I'm happy with the Royal Ghost and the Bats. The Mortar, I like the Hunter buff, the Lava Hound buff also. So overall, I'm pretty excited about these. It was just like the Goblin Hut not getting a big enough nerf, which is my biggest beef. If you guys did like this video, let me know. Comment, like. Also, make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. I posted a video 3 days ago about what I wanted to see changed on my channel, so I'll link that below. And then I also did a video on Clash with Ashes channel, and we talked about what our combined hopes. And I think that's the one that Stefu saw, hopefully. So I'll link both of those in the description. Make sure to check them out also if you're interested. Hope you guys enjoy how quick I got this out for you guys. And good luck in the new meta.